Hello, ladies and gentlemen who watch my channel. It is good to be back. I cannot say how much I have missed making videos and how much I have just generally missed making content for this game, because it is without a doubt my favorite game that I play pretty much ever. I play this game religiously. I've played this game for 10 years, before I was even in high school. I played this game because I was such a Marvel fan, and I decided to pick up this game, and it has been a decision that I have made in my life. I've wasted a lot of time, I've wasted a lot of money. I won't say wasted. I've spent a lot of time and I've spent a lot of money on this game in my 10 years playing it. Through various accounts, through various mediums, I've played this game, and about, 4 years ago, I decided, maybe even more, decided to start making content for this game on the account that I currently have now, John Doe, but I know a lot of people pronounce it a lot of different ways, and I'm fine with all of them. About 4 years ago, I started making content. My first content was abysmal. It was recorded on my phone with the screen recording feature, and it was recorded with the same audio capture from my phone. I have a mic now. I have a webcam. It is amazing to me how far I've come with making content for this specific video game. I had to stop for a long time, too long, in fact, just because of personal reasons. But the biggest thing that happened was I actually got a PC instead of a MacBook, and I couldn't connect my phone. But recently, if you guys haven't noticed, that's changed, because what I'm doing right now is I am actually playing this game on my PC. With a controller right here, which is something I would have never thought would have happened with this game, and it makes me so happy that this is a medium we can share content and create content for this game on. This is my comeback video. I'm not gonna make it too long for you guys, because I have many things planned, many things I'm gonna record tonight. I'm gonna try to do a video a day. I'm really trying to get back into this. For the people that have followed me and watched this video for a long time, I hope this is a refreshing comeback for you guys, and hopefully for new fans, a good introduction to me and my channel. But it is just crazy to me. I remember when I first downloaded this game, I was looking for it on my PlayStation 3. That's how old this game is. That's kind of how old I am. I know. I look young, but I'm a little older than I guess I was when I got this game. Again, crazy. So it's crazy to me that I'm able to make content again. I'm happy that I'm able to do it like this, but I just wanted to make a little comeback video before making the videos that I'm going to really enjoy making for you guys a little later tonight, tomorrow, the next day, hopefully every day from now forward, because this is really easy with the PC setup. It's not ideal. I don't really like the controls. I'm figuring out. You guys are going to figure it out with me. Hopefully I can get an adapter for my phone so I could play on my actual phone and not have to do the weird PC little byway here. But for now, that's what we're doing. I hope it doesn't bug you guys too much. I'm actually kind of enjoying figuring it out. It feels like a new game. But I wanted this comeback video to just be a little bit of a discussion, and you guys are welcome to discuss with me in the comments. I will respond to all of them. I always do. I can't promise that forever, but as of right now, I can confidently promise that I will respond to every single comment you guys drop in there at my own pace. I can't promise any 10-minute responses or anything like that. But I want this comeback video just to be discussing the good, the bad, and the ugly of this game. I want to preface that, though, by saying that I genuinely love every single person who plays this game and every single person who works on this game. You will hear me frequently and other content creators give Kabam a lot of crap for what they do, how they monetize this game. At the end of the day, we all play it. I play it and I love it. I think it is very enjoyable free-to-play. I'm not exactly free-to-play, but I'm certainly not a whale either. So there's a lot of things to consider. You know, if you're spending money on this game, if you're enjoying it free-to-play, it's still very, very fun. And at the end of the day, even the art, let's take a look at Deathless Thanos, who has had art for a long time, but is recently a playable character. Like, even the art for this game, I know it's not perfect on the PC adapter, but the art for this game is fantastic. Onslaught, Enchantress, like even champions that we haven't seen in a long time be relevant. For example, let's find somebody. For example, Howard the Duck, I believe, first came out, I want to say in 2016. I could pull up Banco Conchu, but I don't really need to do that right now. The art for this game is amazing. The detail, the engines, the scratch marks on his little duckbill suit right there, which is a reference to the Howard the Duck movie, which I have never seen, but I'm well aware of, as I'm sure you guys are as well. Just a lot of work that Kabam and the art employees and everybody who works on this game puts in. So I really don't want to discount that when I'm discussing the things I don't or am not really enjoying currently about this game, but I do want to make that disclaimer really quick because it is important to note everybody who works on this game cares a lot about it. They put a lot of effort in. A lot of the champion abilities and such even are very accurate to lore-wise, and the ones that weren't, like for example Juggernaut, who for a long time was just kind of a throwaway champion, is now like one of the most powerful champions in the game, and that is very comic accurate. That is very accurate to all the comics I read. I was actually just reading one today where Juggernaut was kicking butt, and I was just thinking about this game and how this was one of the best buffs ever. So again, without rambling, which I do all the time, they put a lot of work into this game. The Kabam does, everybody who works on it. So I really don't want to besmirch it or call them evil or anything like that. Anything I say beyond that I just love this game and I love the people who play it and the people who work on it is really just my opinion and how I view things. So please don't take that as me besmirching Kabam or the people who work on it. Moving on from my little armchair rant there. The good about this game, my gosh, in the past 2, 3, 4 years since I've been playing it and not been making content, I have come to appreciate so much. The quality of life. They put it on PC. You can play it with a controller, which I'm currently doing to show you guys this stuff. It is incredible how far this game has come. The Deathless Champions, I thought, were an ingenious way to improve interest in the game, improve interest in these characters that haven't been relevant in a while. Sans She-Hulk. She-Hulk has always kind of remained a little bit of relevance, but Deathless She-Hulk, far be it from me to say, is much more relevant and just a really good way to renew interest in the character and the game. Not to mention they were all able to get free to play, which again, I've said I'm not exactly free to play, but I certainly am not a very big whale, so I didn't have to spend a dime to get every single one of these. I actually missed. I took a little bit of a break during the grind for Deathless King Group. Where is he? He's probably way down there. I haven't put a single. I think he's the only Deathless champion I put anything in. I'll find him. But even Deathless King Groot, I actually missed a piece for. There he is. I actually missed one of his pieces, and I literally was just like, I'm not going to spend money. I don't want to spend money on this game right now. I've got other things in my life I want to spend money on. And I just grinded the 10,000 units so I could get him Deathless Thanos on the day one, which I did. And it was painful, but it was very fun. And it was just a way to show that, like, even if you missed a piece, you were still able to get these champions for free. And they are all... King Groot and Vision. They're all passable champions. They're all champions that I enjoy playing. I've enjoyed playing every single one of them, and they were all free. And that took a lot of content and a lot of stuff to work through. It really felt satisfying getting Deathless Thanos, and I actually took him to rank 4 over the Serpent because I try to do class rank 4s and such. But I actually took him to rank 4 because I enjoy the champion so much, and he's very meta, very cool. So that is an amazing thing that they have done that I've enjoyed about this game recently. Idols, similarly, I do wish they were all unlockable free-to-play, because I actually missed Lumitrix, because I figured he was, like Isophene, going to be a free-to-play available character, but no, you actually had to buy, I think it was 2 or 3 of the $5 or $10 bundles. So you're talking $15 to $30 there, excuse me, not knowing off the top of my head, just to get him, which... Again, it's not a crazy high paywall, but if you're free to play, I mean, that just completely locks you out of the champion, so put that in the bad column. But I do think idols are a cool addition to the game. I think the Fractured Power Bar is really interesting. I have not even tried to play Isophene on the PC because it is just too much for me to think about, and I do mostly play this game on my phone. I'm just doing it on this so I can make the content. And the wonderful thing, Battlegrounds, the introduction of Radiance was an amazing thing for free-to-play. It also kind of replaced, let's see, bear with me here while I figure out these controls. It also kind of replaced Arena for a lot of players, is what I've been hearing, just because you are now able to get, I even have, why isn't it letting me go in? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The Radiant store, it actually lets you get about 750 units free to play, which kind of replaces the arena grind for a lot of players, like myself, that really like Battlegrounds. I still grind arena for units. I feel like you kind of have to, especially considering, 7 stars. It makes it so easy to just get those units in about 2 1.5, 2 hours at my level. I think it is to complete an entire arena, maybe even less, honestly. So I think that's a really cool addition. They really, like, obviously the rewards are really good. Rank 3s are pretty much readily available for me and other higher tier players now. Like, if I wanted to rank 3 a champion, I could. And soon, with if they increase the amount of radiance you're able to gain, rank 4ing will be pretty much immediate as well. And they've said that they're going to update this pretty consistently, as according to the player base, which I think was a really good idea, because I mean, some of these stores like Incursions and such, can't go all the way down there right now, and even really the Battlegrounds, which was up until Radiance the most relevant currency, have kind of fallen off a little bit. I mostly just use it to like play catch up if I need some extra catalysts, mostly tier 5 honestly, because everything's more accessible in the Radiance, to do rank 3s. So that was a really cool thing. Them honestly just keeping up with Battlegrounds, and making it fun. I know there's a lot of complaints about it. There's a lot of complaints about pay to win. There will always be complaints about pay to win, because this is a marketed game, and it is marketed for the highest echelon of money making. I'm in Gamma 3 right now. I think I was in Quantum. I fell a lot after July 4th, as I'm sure a lot of us free-to-play players, or I won't consider myself free-to-play, but lesser spending players did, just with the sheer amount of rank 4s and new champions that people were able to acquire via those deals. But I think I was in Quantum 1 at my height. I need to double check that. But still, very fun for me to play Battlegrounds. It's a little tilting when you lose to a big deck, but I will say that I feel like that's not the absolute biggest deal. It is just a game, and you're still getting... see if I can... Yeah, there we go. Even in Gamma 3, granted, it is exponential as you get a little higher. You're still getting 50,000 Radiance, and if you complete the other challenges as well, like getting to 200, which I did and then fell, you're getting a Titan every season. There you go. Yeah. It's pretty exponential once you get to Mysterium. I did cap out at Mysterium 3. I did not stay there for long. But yeah, the highest you get is 93,000. So this is kind of like putting the hotel on the Monopoly. The Monopoly in Monopoly. This is where it gets exponential. You go here, and I don't love that just because Mysterium is really hard to get into. I would know. I did it, and I was kicked out almost immediately due to higher ranking players. But that's where it really gets pretty crazy. And even in the Celestial, you don't see as much of a jump as you get from Quantum 1 to Mysterium 3, which, I mean, is cool. That is like where you would really be considered like high-ranked competitive Battlegrounds, but didn't love that, so that's another one for kind of like the bad column there, that if we're doing the good, the bad, the ugly thing that I want to do here. But generally, them keeping up with Battlegrounds, them keeping the metas pretty fresh. I've enjoyed all of the metas. I do have a pretty big roster, so I want to keep that in mind for those of my fans that have a little bit of a smaller roster. Might not be as enjoyable. Invade has been super fun for me. I have a rank 4 Bullseye. Where is he? There he is. I have a rank 4 Bullseye, so Invade has been really fun for me. Just kind of melting things with Bullseye and other champions of that nature. Deathless She-Hulk's another great option because the rupture damage stacks on block. A lot of cool things about this meta. It is a little annoying when somebody places a defender like Enchantress and you don't have... Well, even really, I honestly prefer going up against Bullseye because there are counters like Bullseye himself in this meta. You can go Bullseye for Bullseye and get a perfect score. And other ones like Okoye, if you can... bait and get him to special 2, you can pretty much take no damage. Enchantress is really annoying this season. I have a rank 3, and I'm sure I've tilted some people with it too, so I won't talk about how bad it is for me too much. But she's really annoying because you kind of have to bait block, therefore you have to take damage, and to remove those spells. And it's not 100% that you're going to remove the spells, especially if she has the miss or the intercept. And also just the fact that she gains power faster, so she's getting her spells more. She's going to there's a chance she's going to deal you damage, and also just get those spells up more time where you can't do damage to her. She's probably the worst defender, in my opinion, this season. Zola's really bad. I don't have Zola. Kind of unfortunate. I've been hunting for him, and whatnot. And moving on from Battlegrounds, which I think is really nice. Raids, I love. That's been new since I've been making videos. I think raids are very fun. I know not everybody does, but for the rewards that you're getting for it, I do think it has to be considered that raids is a really progressive and cool game mode. Epoch of Pain. 100% explored, as you can see right there. I had a blast. I really did. It was a little stressful grinding the revives, but I really feel like that was a well-made content. The only thing I'll put in the bad column for Epoch was not having a chance to practice against Ares. And I know that sounds silly to say for a new boss, and I did eventually pretty much master him, and I got a solo on him towards the end, I believe with Serpent. But I will say the first time I went up against Ares, this will be the first one I'm going to put in the ugly column, it was terrible. I probably spent 20 revives just trying to figure him out, trying to figure out how to... I remember parrying was impossible for me the first time I fought him. I just could not figure out the parry timing, and I'm pretty good at parrying mid specials. I kind of like to do it, especially now that they're introducing a lot of champions that benefit from that. But I thought that was abysmal, and really it could have just been prevented by doing like a boss rush with him before event, and then maybe take, I don't know, a Titan Crystal or some refined XP away from the Epoch of Pain rewards and putting that into just a boss rush event with him to get you ready for the Epoch of Pain. Because, the fight's enough. The fights were enough. I was doing a Realm of Legends thing. Let's start there. The fights enough in this were pretty terrible, to be completely honest. Like, these were all previous Summer of Pain quests that were really tough. And the nodes that they added to them honestly made them even more difficult. So the path itself was pretty challenging. There were a couple that I only spent like a revive or two on, but still, all in all, 100% exploring it, you're going to go up against some really tough fights, and then you're going to have to fight this guy that you have no idea how to fight, that you've never fought before. So that was ugly. I really did not enjoy how they did that. However, the quest itself was immensely fun. I think it was probably one of the most fun endgame quests I've done in a while. And same with the Deathless Mausoleum. That just felt like a victory lap. Also, them asking you to go to Necropolis. A lot of people might not have liked that. I loved that. I haven't explored Necropolis. I've done 2 or 3 paths, including the challenges. I thought that was such a cool thing just to show like the power level, because my Onslaught, my She-Hulk were running through soloing a lot of that stuff. And yeah, you needed some revives, but they give you revives pretty readily at this point, especially with the super event and the Apothecary every day. I didn't need to spend, besides on the Collector, which again is another example of, practice makes perfect. He's not that hard once you practice him a good amount of times. Besides the Collector, I probably spent 10 revives on a path, and then maybe 5 to 10, depending on how recent I had fought the Collector recently for the Collector. So that wasn't terrible either. I actually really enjoyed that, and the rewards were, perfect for it. You got a rank 4 for free. You got the Thanos dupe, and his dupe is really important for Battlegrounds defense and Alliance War defense. So I honestly really liked that content, and I thought it was cool how they put it in the Cronus challenges, so you could do it at any time. It wasn't kind of like a limited time thing, and the rewards aren't really possible to stale, because that Deathless Thanos dupe, unless you get an Awakening Gem, that's the only way you can do it, and it is really relevant for his abilities. So I don't know. I thought it was cool. Unstalable rewards is really cool that they added that as well. But in general, I get not wanting to do the Necropolis and do that Collector fight, which is, again, designed to take your units. All the big boss fights are, but they are fun mini games, and I really think a lot of the pain of that, similar to Ares, could have just been taken away by giving us a Collector to practice through, though I understand with the Necropolis that's not the point. But Ares, I do stand by that could have been, all of the pain of that could have been avoided with just a little bit of Ares practice, because I remember that path because I was counting them because I only had so many revives. I spent 10 on the path, which was more than I wanted to, but made sense for me. I spent 10 on the path, and I spent 20 revives my first time, I believe, on Ares. And then my last time I spent 2. And then I soloed him for practice. I did the death by debuffs, and then did a couple more practice ones on Epoch, because that's a pretty soloable path if you have the right champs. And I soloed him. So with practice, that could have been much easier and much lighter on the player base. Alright, I'm going to move over towards the bad, which I've already put a couple things in the bad column, but I really want to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of people do right now, the Wheel of Fate. So there's a couple of good things about this I want to get out of the way first. I think it was cool that they gave you an Awakening Gem. I like to see more of that via just 100% completing it. I'll get to selected later. I thought it was cool how they gave you a rank 4 of your choice, not a gem like in the previous. And I thought it was cool how they gave you an option of what you wanted the jackpot to be. Moving into the bad. I'll start with the Quest 1 rewards were abysmal. They made me just feel like crap after spending probably 15 revives trying to get it down, which was a lot of my stash at the time because I had just finished. What did I just finish? That drained a lot of my revives. I don't know. Whatever the last endgame quest was, that was pretty recent. And my stash was already kind of low. It was my unit stash that was low. It was because I spent all my units on the Heart of Fire, which was a mistake, but that's fine. So yeah, that was a kind of pain just to see those rewards there. Quest 2's rewards, I mean, a Titan is a Titan is a Titan. That's an amazing reward, especially the way they've done the Titans, which I like and dislike, and I don't need to get into right now. That's a topic for another video. But a Titan is a Titan. That's amazing. A Nexus, I mean, most people at my level of the game, I mean, the base pool is kind of useless to us. But it is cool. I mean, a 7-star is a 7-star, and you can get maybe a fresh dupe or maybe even a new champion from a Nexus because you get 3 times as many options. So for me, that is kind of like opening three 7-star crystals because there's so many of them that are useless. Of course, they're setting you up here to finish the quest. You need to finish the quest to realize the full potential of these two, which of course is going to be the full 7-star Awakening Gem if you complete quest 3, and of course the full rank 4 if you complete quest 3 as well from that. So that was kind of just like, it's useless without completing quest 3, which I didn't like either. Again, these are really hard quests. We should have some breathing room. The Titan is nice, but it wasn't nearly enough in my opinion. And quest 3, yeah, the not having the torch was rough for me. And then the other champions in here I either had, I mean, I guess I don't have Arcade, and as I mentioned, I already did all the Deathless stuff. I don't have Arcade, I don't have Gore. And I don't have Bullseye Awakened. Also just not super crazy. I mean, there's some meta ones in there, but most of us already have them. And not having Torch was just a real big slap in the face. So I went with the Titan, and I got nothing from it. I think I just got a dupe of a character I already had. It was so... it just didn't even register what I got because it was pointless. So all in all, terrible reward breakup. Also just not super relevant rewards. I mean, I feel like you put a lot in the Titan. You're kind of putting a lot into luck. The rank 4 was nice, but you had to complete all 3. And yeah, it's just, you can have bad luck on both those Titans, and then you've essentially wasted your entire revive spot for a rank 4 and subjected yourself to miserable content, which, them's the ropes, I guess. That's what happened to me, but I'm glad I did it. I do like to complete content like this, and it was fun at points. There were some fights that were just abysmal if you didn't have the right counter. I'm trying to remember what my, biggest moment was, but there was a couple where the Enchantress, having to learn how to Dex her special 1, that's a little bit on me. I could have gone into practice and then just practiced it until I got it, but I probably spent 10 revives on her the second quest because I had to use Hulk, not a great counter. And just having to learn how to Dex her special 1 while you're fighting her in the quest, and you've already gone farther enough where you can't just restart, it's gonna take you an hour. That sucked. There was a couple quests like that where it was just if you didn't have the right counter, or if you just were too far in the quest, or just didn't want to practice like me, which again, my fault, was just painful. Not my favorite content that's been released, but I can see why people hate it so much. I don't think it's absolutely terrible. I don't think I'm going to put it in the ugly category, but it was not fun. Finally, about the Wheel of Fate, just in general, 3 quests is too much, and the restrictions were terrible. The restrictions, I thought. They give you 1 counter each, but if you don't have the counter, then you're just screwed. You can't complete the content, or at least you can't do it without having 1 million units or 1 million revives in storage. That was just not cool. And I hope next time they kind of learn from that and give you a little bit more options or valuable counters. Because that sucked. I had most of them, but for the ones you don't, they make you feel it, which sucked, which was terrible. Anyways, moving on to the ugly, and I don't want to ramble too long. I know it's kind of hard to watch a video. This is probably going to be nearing 30 minutes. And I'll make timestamps and whatnot so you can skip to what you need to. But moving on to the ugly. The Heatwave. And the Dark Phoenix. And Omega Days and all of that stuff that I haven't been making videos for, so I couldn't say this. I don't know, man. It's kind of evil. Human Torch was my favorite champion. I have a memory of like beating Summer of Pain Sinister 4 or 5 years ago with him, and just like, oh my god, I loved it. The champion was so satisfying. I felt like I kind of like learned how to play the game with Human Torch. Just an amazing champion. Part of the Fantastic Four, which is a group that I know if you're a collector like me, I want to have all of them at the highest rarity. You can put them on a team together, go questing, whatnot. Just, I mean, evil to put him behind a paywall. And a paywall, too, that, yes, I know you can save up your units. Not that to say that if you really want to collect everything in the game, you couldn't possibly do that in the time frame from this, the Dark Phoenix, to this. It would be impossible, so I just want to get that out of the way. If anybody has anything else to say about that, I will totally listen if I'm wrong about this. But it would literally not be possible to do this free-to-play, which I understand. Maybe it's not for free-to-play players. But that being said, that is a character that a lot of people love. Dark Phoenix kind of goes for it as well, but I'm going to give them a little bit more of a pass on that. But Human Torch is a beloved character. He is a part of the Fantastic Four. If you're my age, you grew up watching the Fantastic Four movies, there's a Fantastic Four movie coming out right now. They know this. They know this, that you want Human Torch as a 7-star. They know you want to rank him up. They know you want to use him in Battlegrounds. They know he's meta. They know he's fast. They know all these things. And they are persuading you to do the impossible and buy him with units, or roughly, I think $1,600 if you just had no units to start with, or you bought it all from the web store, let alone if you wanted to dupe him, which you shouldn't need to do. I mean, that would be pointless, but even more if you wanted to dupe him. But $1,600 was the math I did to get him via this, and I also believe via the web store. It was close to that. I think it was more around 600 with the web store. But if you had no units and you just wanted to go in and you wanted Human Torch, you wanted to buy him from the milestones here, it would be about $1,600. And my math may be a little bit off that, but I know it's above 1,000. And that's just, I mean, that's just not cool. I understand eventually they may release him, but what does that do for you now? You're going to go watch the Fantastic Four movie, you're going to be like, oh, maybe I'll play Mortal Kombat Sun Champions, and then unless you spent X amount of dollars or somehow had X amount of units from left over from Dark Phoenix, if you participate in that, you're not going to be able to do that. And then if you're a Battlegrounds player like me, your Mystic Defenders are going to get, excuse the pun, torched in 30 seconds, and you're going to lose the match, and it's just going to be a bad time. It's going to be harder to climb, let alone the, I think, 5-6 rank 4s you're able to get if you purchase everything, which again would be a ridiculous amount of money that they're just going to have over you via participating in the sales. But I'm not here, if you spend, you spend, and there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with supporting the creator. It is just my personal take is paywalling a champion like that. It's not cool. It's ugly. So part of my pun there. And the big thing, and I've seen a lot of content creators talk about this, and I want to talk about it too in case you haven't heard it already, and also just to reiterate their points. If you're like me, and you're like, man, maybe I'll spend 50, maybe $100, maybe. Geez, money's tight. But maybe I'll spend 50, maybe I'll spend $100 on this. What do you get? So $50. You get a couple 7-star shards and 5,000 Titan stars. Let alone 7-star stars are pretty much useless to me, and those tier 3 catalysts can be got by Radiance, and also Battlegrounds chips, so kind of pointless there, especially that little of them. I guess you're getting 6 if you buy it twice for 50. 5,000 Titan shards. You get like a rank 3 and some Titan shard change. I I mean, what are you gonna do with that? You're not gonna rank 4 or anything. You're not getting torch. You're not getting anything cool. Even in the milestones, I think you'd get like some gold. I really do think that's what it would be. Um, and then you spend 100. You get 1/3 of a rank 4. Whatever. A Titan. Sorry, 1/2 of a rank 4. A Titan. And some gold. And most people, my gold will pop up there in a second, but gold means absolutely nothing to me. It's not that the deals are like, it's just a bad sale and it's like, oh, it's easy, I just won't buy. It's that it's an actually really good sale if if you buy everything. But if you don't buy everything, there it is. Figuring that's not PC. It's kind of pointless. And what? Yeah, what would you get for about an Odin? You get 2 Valiant crystals and some gold. Yeah, that's what you get from the unit track, if that's all you have. And then spending the actual units, let's see, we would be getting one of these. I'm not going to buy them just to show the next tier, but yeah, I mean, it's alright. It's not a rank 4, it's maybe a rank 3 or 2, which is kind of whatever with the Radiance. As I said, you can pretty much rank 3 whatever you want, whenever you want, if you're playing actively. Yes, some more Titan Charge scraps, and then some more Valiant crystals. So yeah, it's not that the deal is terrible. I'll reiterate one more time. It is that it's an amazing deal if you spend a bunch of money or units, and a absolutely abysmal deal if you just want to spend casually and enjoy your game and stay competitive. I think that was the intention, but it really just put me, well, I'm just not going to spend anything because I don't want to spend $1,000. I don't have $1,000 to spend on a mobile video game. So now I'm just going to be behind in Battlegrounds, which, again, it's a video game. Whatever. I'm not going to get too up in arms about it. But for somebody that's been playing this game for 10 years, and if you haven't been playing it for 10 years and you just really enjoy it, for somebody who really enjoys the game, it seems in bad faith to allow people to spend this much money to be better than you in every way in competitive modes while you just want to play the game and have fun. Like, it's hard to have fun in Battlegrounds, right? Because you have these people that spent X amount of dollars, got 5 new rank 4s, and are just tearing through you. Alliance War, if you're an alliance and your alliance depends on you to clear a certain path, now those defenders are going to be an extra rank. You might not be able to beat them in the first try. These are things we have to, as a community, consider and kind of just, in my opinion, I'm not telling anyone what to do, kind of just rally against, right? Because it's not fair, it's not cool, and it's really just a way to milk the whales, and I have no problem with that. I have no problems even spending money myself on this game, but not that much. And paywalling a really cool champion is just not cool. It's my 2 cents. This is a long video. I don't expect anyone to watch all of it. So if you get anything from this video, it's an exciting time to be playing the game. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. There's a lot of cool stuff coming our way. There's some stuff that the game needs to work on. The game needs to work on. But that's nothing new. It's still really fun. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy playing Battlegrounds when I'm not mogged by somebody with 15 R4s. But I still really enjoy this game, and it's still really fun. There's no need to boycott or just say, oh, this game's trash, everything's trash about it, and just and try to like suck all the enjoyment you could possibly get by just trying to enjoy it, if that makes any sense. It's not worth just ruining your day over or thinking about too much, but it is worth mentioning, and it's worth talking about as a community. I'm happy to talk about any bit of it with you guys in my comments. The main thing you should get from this, though, is that I'm back. I'm here to stay. I'm going to start uploading regularly again, and I would love to talk to each and every one of you guys in my comments, and it is lovely to be back. With that being said, y'all, there's my rant. That's where I've been. That's what I think about the current state of the game. Please let me know what y'all think, and have an amazing day.